Former board president. Gotcha.
Not that that matters.
Oh, it matters a lot. So I'm here with Jim. How do I pronounce your
Jim
last name?
Tanas.
Jim Tanas. Okay, we have the
Pleasure
same
to meet
name.
you.
I'm Jimmy, so the longer form.
Jim, that's
Yeah.
good.
You're the
My
shorter
good
form, but a lot
friend,
taller.
I used to call myself Jimmy.
Okay, I've heard it all. Jimmy, Jimmy James, Jimmy John. Yeah. So what are you most excited about for tonight's banquet?
Oh, I think anytime we can see students present themselves and share how important scholarship nights are to their dreams, it's always a spectacular night.
Yeah.
So this is probably my 8th or 9th scholarship banquet. Yeah, well, more than that actually. So yeah, I think I've been to 11 or 12. So I don't think I've missed one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad you're not missing it.
Yeah, well, and it's good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, great to meet you. Enjoy the show. So we are live for the scholarship banquet, the pre-show on the red carpet. How you feeling so far?
Feeling really excited.
Yeah. Can you tell the crowd your name real quick? Show the certificate.
So my name is Kyle Swiderski. I received the SPIA A scholarship. SPIA is a labor union which represents people in the aerospace industry, and I am studying aviation with the eventual goal of being a commercial pilot. So,
That's awesome. What got you interested in that?
for the longest time, I've always had an interest in aviation. If you ask me what my first ever memory was, even that comes down to airplanes, where I remember seeing a plane in an airport and being like, wow, that is cool. I want to fly that one day.
Yeah, that's awesome. It always starts with that sense of curiosity and that fascination, and now you're all the way here. So we're happy to have you and hope you're excited. And congratulations.
Glad to be here.
All right, I am back here on the red carpet with...
Nancy Backus.
Nice to meet you. So can you tell me, is this your first time, second time, maybe more?
Maybe more. I've been to several of these scholarship programs. I'm the mayor for the city of Auburn and also a proud alum of Green River. It was community college when I graduated. My daughter is also alum of Green River College, and never want to miss an opportunity to celebrate our students.
That's wonderful. Always, you never forget your roots, and it's great to see you back here. You're always welcome. And anything that you're particularly excited about today?
Just seeing the caliber of the students and the scholarships and knowing that we're changing lives, and I can't wait to see what they do with the opportunities that they have.
Well, that's great to hear, and we're happy to have you again and hope to see you next time. But as of right now, just enjoy the show and hope you have a lot of fun. Nice to meet you.
What you know? Sam Gideon.
Hey, is this your guys' first time here or second time? First time, all right. We're happy to have you. So anything you're excited about in particular tonight?
I'm excited to talk to these people. Yeah.
Just excited to see how the night turns out and the event tonight, pretty much.
Great. Well, we're again happy to have you, and it's going to be a fun night, a lot of great food, and you guys look great. Mr. Bond, two of them, 007, 008, right? Yeah. Yeah, great to meet you guys, and congratulations. With, how do I pronounce your name? Sorry?
Ava Goodhart.
Ava Goodhart. Okay, Ava. First time, second timer?
Second time. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, anything you're excited about tonight?
I'm excited for the guest speaker. Last year, the speaker was really great, and so I have very high expectations for tonight, and I'm also excited for the food, of course.
Yeah, you can't forget the food. It's going to be a buffet, so feel free to stuff yourself or maybe leave some room. But again, a lot going on tonight, and we're excited. So we'll see you in there. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, we're back again on the red carpet, and I'm here with
Raju Shrestha.
Raju. Nice to meet you. You got a nice little certificate of recognition. Anything that you're excited about tonight in particular?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my donor for the scholarships. This will really help me get my bachelor's degree completed. So looking forward for getting my degree completed and maybe help more people after my degree for more scholarships.
Wow, that's really great. Can you tell me what your degree is? What your degree is in specifically?
Yeah, I'm with bachelor's in cybersecurity and networking.
That's very exciting. And how many years have you been here at Green River so far?
It's my last year. 2024 will be my last year. So I've been here for like 3 years now.
3 years. Well, hopefully those 3 years have served you well, and we're very happy and welcoming to have you. So thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Nice to meet you. Congrats. Hey, we're back on the red carpet, probably our last interview for the night. I am here today with
Deshelle.
Deshelle, great to meet you. We're very happy to have you. Anything that you are excited about tonight?
I'm excited just to be a part of this opportunity. This is my third time back here, so I'm just excited just to be a part of this. I haven't applied for a scholarship here at Green River before, so this is my first time. So being able to kind of just have this experience of feeling welcome and appreciated, and just, it's about us for today. Feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, we're glad that it feels good, and there's a lot more to make you feel good tonight. So congratulations again. Wear that certificate of recognition on your wall or in a frame with great pride and joy, and we're happy to have you here. And congratulations one last time. Take care. On the red carpet with
Jack. I don't know if you want the full name.
Jack Burberry. Love that last name. Same as a luxury brand. Jack, is there a specific scholar that you want to, scholarship donor that you want to shout out tonight?
Oh my gosh, the Fred and Rita Poe Engineering Scholarship were the one that got it to me, so it's been really nice, been really helpful. So shout out to them.
Great, Fred and
Rita Poe, like construction engineering.
Okay, Fred and Rita. Well, congratulations, and we hope you have a wonderful night. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot to come, and we are going to transition into the start of the main event. So, thanks for watching so far.
Good evening. We are going to get started here. Gators, welcome the 2023 Green River Foundation Scholarship Banquet. Before we get started, first order of business, as I'm going to recognize a departing team member. Patsy Cadwell is going to leave Green River College, and she's going to work at the university, right? Who said that? That's good. Get a boo. Come on. Look at boo. There you go. She's going to go to work for the University of Washington Medicine, where she's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely amazing, right? We're going to miss her a ton. I'm not sure what we're going to do, because Patsy is the clipboard woman. She keeps us all marching in the right direction, which we appreciate very much. And I would like to ask you to join me in a second round of applause to celebrate Patsy's 10 years of service at Green River College and her new job with the University of Washington. Good job. Well done. All right. That was fun. She loves being embarrassed like that. So we're going to let everyone have an opportunity to enjoy the wonderful food prepared by our conference's services team, get a chance to talk with each other, and make connections at your table before we officially begin the program. We'll be back up here in about 45 minutes. And let's see here. Mayor Backus, can you do me a favor? Would you pick up that card right there, put it above your head? That card, if perchance the conversation lags, there are a number of questions you might ask to get the conversation rolling, shall we say. All righty? So thank you, Mayor Backus. Appreciate that for your visual help there. And there's Patty is going to, and where's Ashley back there? So you see Ashley back over there, absolutely amazing human, and Patty, also amazing human. They are going to dismiss the tables, so it's not a big giant line out the front here. So relax, enjoy your table conversation, and when you see one of these two fine folks come by, they'll let you go grab your dinner. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started with the balance of our program. To begin, I would like to express my gratitude and acknowledgement of the federally recognized Muckleshoot people as we gather on their traditional lands. We recognize Muckleshoot's continued presence as a strong, sovereign nation and their many contributions to our state history, economy, and culture. We are further grateful for the Muckleshoot tribe's long history of funding scholarships at Green River College. We're so excited that you are here this evening to celebrate the successes of our scholarship students and recipients and show gratitude for the generosity of our donors. You're going to hear inspiring stories from 3 of this year's scholarship recipients and also from our 2023 Outstanding Alumni Award recipient. Our hope is at the end of the evening you are feeling really inspired and that you have the firm knowledge that our future is in really, really, really good hands. I'd like to give a big thanks to the College Relations and Foundation teams for producing tonight's event and making it possible to live stream the event for those out of state. I'd also like to acknowledge our instructional, student affairs, and supporting staff, each of whom is committed to the college's mission of student success. I feel very lucky every day to come to work and work with a talented group of professionals, faculty, staff, exempt, classified, all dedicated to being a student-ready college. And it is really an honor to do so. I'm going to continue by recognizing the Green River College Board of Trustees, led by Chair Jennifer Ramirez Robson. The members of the Board of Trustees are, well, see, Jen, there you are. You can stand up, wave. There you go. Jackie Boschak, Elaine Chu, Sharon Navas, and Arlene Perini is here as well. Stand up, Arlene. Thank you, trustees, for your service to our students and the college community. Next, I'd like to thank the Green River College Foundation Board, led by Chair Mary Beth Sheehan. Each of the individuals whose names you see on the screen are committed to supporting the college's mission of student success. I appreciate the work of the board as ambassadors in the community and helping us fulfill our mission to support students on behalf of the college each and every day. I'm very fortunate to have an amazing group of folks who are super supportive of myself and our team. They trust us and allow us to do the work that makes tonight possible. Board members, if you wouldn't mind terribly, would you stand up wherever you're at? That would be great. Thank you. Already had an opportunity to showcase Mayor Backus, who raised up the card, but Mayor Backus, thanks for being here this evening. Appreciate it very much. It is now my very great pleasure to introduce the president of Green River College, Dr. Suzanne Johnson.
There's no need to worry. You know, I come up with a folder and people start thinking, how long is she going to talk? I just want to point out the irony of George being on my step stool, which is back here. Thanks for using the stool, George. It makes me feel a little taller. Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you all this evening. It has been a continued honor to serve this wonderful college as its president. I want to take a few moments. Don't worry, I've been told 5 minutes. That's it. But I do want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the donors who are here this evening, our foundation board members who are here this evening. Your generosity and belief in the future and the recognition that finances should never stand in the way of transformative education makes our college dreams come true and our students' dreams come true too. The foundation is a critical partner in the college's mission and its success. So thank you all very much, all the donors and foundation board members that are here this evening. I also want to draw attention to our students here tonight. This is our scholarship banquet, and for the students who are here, in fact, let me ask, for all of our scholarship recipients this evening, could you just please stand for a moment? Woo! Without you, there would be no college. You are why we are here. We're so proud of what your achievements have been thus far, and we cannot wait to see where you go next, after Green River. I also want to make special notice today for all of our veterans. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. It'll be a holiday for many folks, and I know our City of Auburn will be doing a big celebration on Saturday. I would like to ask all of our veterans and currently serving military to please stand and be acknowledged so we have an opportunity to honor you as well. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being here. And for our student veterans, thank you for choosing Green River College. We take great pride in our Veterans Support Center and all that we do to support your dreams after serving our country so proudly. There's one other thing I want to share with all of you this evening before I hand over the mic, because I know the clock is ticking and George is nearby. This college is an extraordinary college. And I know that you can go to other events and you'll hear other individuals talk about their institutions and say that same thing. But I want to provide some additional evidence to all of you this evening, in case you don't know this. This is an extraordinary learning community. We're a wonderful learning community because we have outstanding faculty and staff at this institution. And we have dedicated students that are committed to their futures. Every 2 years, the Aspen Institute for College Excellence evaluates nearly 1,100 community colleges in the United States. There are about 1,100 community colleges in the United States, if you did not know that. The Aspen Institute for College Excellence is a renowned and prominent organization. And every 2 years, they evaluate community colleges and their performance. They measure community colleges on 6 criteria: teaching and learning, certificate and degree completion, transfer and bachelor degrees attainment, workforce success, equitable access to college, and equitable outcomes for students of color and students from low-income backgrounds. 6 criteria are used to evaluate nearly 1,100 colleges. In 2021, Green River College achieved the top 150 community colleges. And I'm very pleased to say it was just announced last week that Green River College is once again in the top 150 community colleges in the United States. We're now eligible to compete for a $1 million prize, but that's a whole other story. We should celebrate the fact that we're in the top 150. That tells me that what we do at this institution, what this college is doing, our commitment of our faculty and staff, are wholly focused on students' learning and education and supporting them to their life's goals. And for the students here, I think that should be affirmation to all of you. You are in good hands. You're at a good institution, and you will have an excellent education here at this institution. Without the foundation, our college mission, and being able to achieve this wonderful success for the students who attend here would not be as possible. Thank you to the Foundation Board. Thank you to all of our donors. Let's have a wonderful night. And at this point, I'm going to hand over the mic and the step stool, although Mary Beth doesn't need it either. But I'd like to introduce to you the College Foundation Board Chair, Mary Beth Sheehan.
Yeah, I may not need either, but I'll take advantage. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. It's my pleasure to be here tonight among this Gator family, the donors, scholarship recipients, and their guests. If you're here in person tonight, you would have walked through campus among the trees. Trees that are preparing for winter, changing quickly before our eyes. The chlorophyll in their leaves is breaking down and the green is fading away, letting the yellow and orange blaze forth before falling to the ground to provide mulch and protect the roots through the cold months to come. The season is beautiful, right? Like the trees, each of us as humans also experience seasons. But unlike the ecosystem, we as individuals experience these seasons of life at different temporal points rather than collectively. I like to think about this Green River family in a similar light. Donors, recipients, and guests experiencing and embracing this particular season. To the donors, now is your season to give. You've sacrificed and worked hard to earn, save, and grow. And now you get to celebrate by giving to others, to those right here in our community who will put your legacy to good use in furtherance of their educational journey. As you know, scholarships assist students with school-related costs such as tuition, fees, books, and required supplies, giving students a boost in their self-confidence and their finances towards success in their program. And thanks to you, the donors, I'm proud to say that by the end of this year, we will have awarded $730,000 to 400 students. That's a lot. So thank you. To the scholarship recipients, now is your season to receive. And we hope you will do so with gratefulness. The donors need you and are here to support you, not just financially, but in other ways as well. Tonight, in just a few moments, we'll hear from some of our recipients about what receiving a scholarship has meant to them. Please know that our wish for you is to accept these scholarships with gratitude, pushing aside a bit of the financial stress so that you can focus on what is most important to you right now in this season, your education and your future. There will come a time, a new season, for you to give back. But for now, you are allowed to embrace the gifts being given to you. And to the guests, welcome to the family. Now is your time to engage. If you're here, it is because you, like me, are committed to students and student success. So please put that extrovert hat on, get to know those at your table, and find ways to support them on this journey. Tell your story, listen to theirs, and know that you are welcome here. With that, I would like to introduce our first student speaker, scholarship recipient Michaela Romero, recipient of the Susan Burton Reentry Scholarship.
This step is also here for me. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michaela Romero. I'm a molecular bioscience major, and I'm not only honored to accept the Susan Burton Reentry Scholarship this evening, but also to be a speaker for the banquet. I struggle to share the obstacles I've overcome to get to this point tonight, yet it feels necessary to truly express the depth of how much this scholarship means to me. I could start by mentioning that I've been a fourth-generation single parent, or that I experienced homelessness as a child, maybe talk about overcoming and recovering from domestic violence, or even just the day-to-day of working full-time, attending school full-time between two different colleges, while being a solo parent to a child with an immune condition, and every once in a while, and I do mean like every once in a while, I need to get some sleep. But tonight I don't want to recognize the hurdles. My story is one of triumph. In fact, it is a love letter. What I'd like to talk about tonight is not the strife or being system impacted, but of perseverance and love. I'm fortunate enough that my mom is here with me tonight, and there isn't anyone else I would want here with me more than her. First and foremost, my story is a love letter to my mom. So when you see me achieve, know that it's because you made me believe anything was possible through your resilience and your empowerment. My story is also a love letter to my son, who is my greatest joy and motivator, and also to my friends, family, and mentor that have supported me along my journey. This is a love letter to my community, that Hispanics, women, first-generation Americans, single moms, non-traditional students, survivors, we can do it. My story is a love letter to every hardship I faced. I couldn't have the strength today if I wasn't forced to push through, to stand up when I fell, to claw my way when it was the only way. This last part is the hardest for me. For some of you, maybe the hardest when writing your story as well. But my story is a love letter to myself, that I can not only face so much in my lifetime, but not allow it to take my joy or my ambition, that I can reframe injustice or a challenge as an opportunity. So thank you all for having me tonight, for giving me the chance to turn the lens inward and recognize how far I've come. And I hope that if nothing else, you take the time to consider the love letter you're writing to yourself with the actions you're taking today and how you respond to the challenges of tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, Michaela. Next, I would like to introduce Dee Brecky, recipient of the John and Norma Eby Family Scholarship.
Sorry, I can't stand on it and still read this. Push it away. I'm Dee Brecky. I am a software development bachelor program major. And I'm here to tell about my educational journey. So, my educational journey has been a long and rocky one. I graduated high school in 1986, fully intent on going to college and getting my bachelor's degree. I had no money, no guidance, and no clue how to begin, just no clue in general. We didn't have internet or search engines back then to help us. So in the fall of '88, I figured it out and started my first semester of college. I got a 4.0, was excited about learning, but life had a different plan for me. Not long after spring classes began, I found out I was pregnant. I dropped out of school and moved to California to be with the baby's father. When my son was a year old, I got back on track and started community college. I was working multiple jobs and raising a toddler, so it took me a few extra years, but I got at my AA in '94, graduating with highest honors, fully intending to transfer to a university and get my bachelor's degree. Once again, those intentions. By this time, I'd married my son's father and helped him through his student teaching, but we couldn't find work and were deep in debt. We moved to the Seattle area because there were a lot more jobs here. And about the time I was ready to think about going back to college, get those debts paid off, ready to start over again, I had a daughter. So I was struggling to raise 2 children. I never gave up my dream, but my family came first. When my daughter was in high school, I decided to try college again. This time I went to an online self-paced school and soak up knowledge, passed as many classes as I could in a very short amount of time. Was going to go into teaching, but couldn't get a placement for my student teaching. At that point, my marriage had fallen apart. So once again, I quit school and went back to working 2 jobs, working late nights as a bartender. I got my daughter through school, and then along came COVID. The government mandates shut down the bar where I worked, and I had 3 months to do some serious soul searching. I knew I couldn't continue in the service industry forever because my body was starting to fall apart. It took about a year, but I took a leap of faith, quit my job, began going back to school in the fall of 2021. Since then, I've gotten 4.0s in all my classes, and I'm currently working as a peer facilitator here at Green River. In less than 32 weeks, that's a number I've been counting down for a while, I reach my lifetime goal and get my bachelor's degree. Even this leg of my journey has not been without its struggles, but thanks to the wonderful people in my life and my foundation scholarship, I haven't had to accumulate a lot of debt this time. In 32 weeks, not that I'm counting or anything, I will have the skills to finally achieve gainful employment, be fully self-reliant, and finally being able to actually start investing and thinking about retirement. The amazing family that donated my scholarship not only helped me financially, but I can't say enough about the confidence that they've given me by believing in me. They read my story and decided that I deserve a chance. And for that, I am extremely grateful. So I would ask all of you recipients here, if you can and will, thank your donors for believing in you. Their financial generosity is a fantastic gift, and their faith in us is priceless.
Back up to the basketball height I'd never achieved in real life here. Thank you so much, Dee. We're going to switch gears a bit. As you've been talking to students at your table and hearing the amazing stories from our speakers, we wanted to take a moment to acknowledge what happens after students graduate from Green River and move on to their next step in life. Before I bring our next guest up here, I want to say a little bit about our Outstanding Alumni Award. Each year, we put out a call to campus and our alumni community to nominate an Outstanding Alumni of the Year. All of us know someone or have met someone in the community who's a Green River alum. This year, we had a number of excellent applications to consider, and this year's award recipient, I had the opportunity to see him speak on a number of occasions, and he gave me a gift. And that gift is when someone thanks you for something, instead of saying, that was no problem, or it was no big deal, right? You will say, it's my pleasure. That feels entirely different. That feels entirely different. It was my pleasure to do that. That has been a gift I have used in the 15 years since you gave that to me almost every day, and I thank you for it. So it is my great pleasure to introduce this year's Outstanding Award Alumni recipient, Brad Worthley.
Nice. Sweet. I love this extra height, too, by the way. This is awesome, George. I don't blame you. This is going to be good. Well, this is kind of surreal, and first of all, I want to start out by thanking the foundation board members, all of you, for voting for me, and especially my angels, who are Gail Sproul sitting right down there, and Nancy Colson above up there, who recommended me for this and got this journey started, and also for the Alumni Committee for their votes and making this happen tonight. And again, this to me is surreal. It's an amazing award, and I'm so grateful for it. I also want to thank Heather over here. Heather Hubanks has been my main contact for about the last 3 or 4 months, and she's a rock star. She's a phenomenal ambassador for the organization. Unbelievable communicator, so anyhow, my hat off to her. She's awesome. Everything that you should have to exceed expectations, you have. Well, I graduated in 1975 with an Associate Science degree in Forest Technology. And when I arrived here in 1972, it was just dirt roads. It was wooden sidewalks. You didn't have plumbing in most of the buildings. Now, I might have made part of that up or all of it up. I can't remember. But when I graduated in 1975, it was during a recession, unfortunately. So for anybody that was around during that period, 1973 to 75, it was a recession. Our economic engine was Boeing at the time. They laid off half of their workforce. And so really the Northwest took a hit. We also had gas shortages. And if anybody can remember that, is that I would get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I would drive down, I would get in line. The lineup for gas at each gas station would be 4, 5, 6 blocks long. And we had to wait in lines for the gas station to open up to get our 8-gallon stipend of gas. So for those who had to go through that, but that was a great place for me to do homework, sitting in my car, freezing in the morning. So that was just different. But when I graduated, I went back down to Grays Harbor. I'm from Hoquiam. How many know where Hoquiam is? The last place you go to bathroom before you hit Ocean Shores. That's it. So when I went back down to Grays Harbor to try to find work, it was challenging, to say the least, in forestry. And so after a few months of pondering, I decided to take some emotional risk and take a chance, and took a left-hand turn, and I became an entrepreneur. I opened my first business up at the age of 20. And over 48 years, I started 7 companies. I ran them successfully and sold most of them. So I consider myself a serial entrepreneur. And the businesses were all different types of businesses. A sporting goods store, a children's shirt company, pre-employment testing company. I own one of the largest mystery shopping or secret shopping companies in the world. And I also, by the way, had a pantyhose company. I know more about pantyhose than any woman in this room. Don't even think about going there with me. I'll win. I know, it's terrifying. Well, my wife and I are country music fans, and this last June we went back to Nashville for what's called CMA Fest. It's the Country Music Awards Festival. It's 4 days and nights of incredible music from some of the top stars in the world in country. And I found it fascinating how many of those country stars got up, and before they began singing, they talked about their struggles, sometimes 10, 15 years in the industry with no success. And all of a sudden, one song changed their life dramatically. I have that story. I relate to that because here at the college, I took a lot of great courses, but there was one course in particular that literally changed my life, and it was a course on public speaking. See, I was terrified of public speaking. Like many people, 95% of you in this room probably would not want to stand up here. You'd probably vomit immediately. And in high school, even the thought, when somebody would tell me, like an English teacher would say, well, you're going to do an oral book report at the end of the year, I was mortified all year long thinking about standing in front of my classmates, who, by the way, I'd known since kindergarten, but I still didn't want to stand up in front of them because it was just terrifying to me. So somehow I ended up taking a public speaking class here at the college. I don't remember if it was mandatory. I can't even imagine me signing up for it, but I ended up in that class. So the first week of the class is the instructor. She gave us a topic to speak on. And when I got up in front of the class and I started to do the speech, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be: terrifying. A week later, she had us get up and do another speech. She said, I want you to speak about something that you're personally passionate about. And at the time, I was a competitive freestyle skier. I used to do aerials, ballet, mogul skiing, so I was very passionate about skiing. I can remember before getting up in front of everybody, I was still nervous. But when I got up to speak, it was interesting. The minute I started talking about skiing, everything, all of my fear disappeared. I had none. Matter of fact, I was enjoying it. I was really, but that was the whole point of what this instructor was trying to show us, is that when you're speaking about something you're passionate about, fear becomes less of an issue. And that particular class did change my life dramatically because of that particular class. Fast forward, by the way, to 1991. How many of you remember Seafirst Bank? Anybody remember Seafirst? They were a great bank, had 320 locations in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, phenomenal at customer service. Bank of America purchased them since. But when it was Seafirst Bank, that was one of my clients in mystery shopping. I had, by the way, about 80,000 mystery shoppers throughout the United States that were mystery shopping stores. By the way, for those that don't know what mystery shopping or secret shopping is we would walk into a bank, for example, I would have my mystery shoppers go in, they'd act like they were a customer, they'd cash a check, they'd go over to the sales side, maybe talk about auto loans, and then they'd report back to us about the level of service they received. So our role was to evaluate the level of service. So I did that for Sea First Bank. The president called me up and said, would you come down and would you present the results to me and the district managers? And so, of course, I was terrified. I was going to be speaking in front of people, but I remembered from school what I had to do, just be passionate. So I got up in front of them, I did the speech, and they loved it so much because I didn't feel any fear. When I got up there, it just flowed out. When I was through, the president of the bank said, Brad, it's wonderful, we enjoy this. Would you be willing to go and would you be willing to train all of our employees throughout the entire chain in all the states, all the leaders and all the employees? And I looked at them with confidence and said, absolutely. Now I guarantee you, if I had not have taken that class here at the college, that word yes would have never come out of my mouth. I would have said no out of complete fear. Because I said yes, and because of this class, I have lived an extraordinary life for 30 years. I have traveled the world speaking on customer service and leadership. Russia, Romania, Australia, Singapore, France, Mexico, Canada, pick it. I've had this amazing journey that I truly give credit to this college for providing me with that opportunity to be able to learn something that was absolutely life-changing for me. Oops, excuse me. Thank you. Halfway through my journey of being a professional speaker, about 15 years into it, I had this thing tugging on me that I just didn't want to create great employees or great leaders. I'm sure I'm getting emotional. I wanted to create great human beings. I wanted people to take what I gave them. I want them to take it back to their families. I wanted to change their lives. I want to teach communication. So when they take that home, not only at work, but at home, they can learn how to communicate better with their family. And they can help their family rise up in the process. So I shifted my whole focus away from not making money. I did not care about money, but what I cared about is creating great human beings. And in the process of that, it changed my life and catapulted me to where I am today, which I'm incredibly grateful for. It may be the reason that I'm standing in front of you today, because some of you had the chance to be able to listen to me sometime in the past. Now, Heather had asked me to provide you with a few pearls of wisdom that you might be able to take away today. So I'll start with one. And that is, a lot of people have good lives. Some people have great lives. But very few people have extraordinary lives. Why? Because extraordinary means extraordinary. It means you're going to have to go out of your way. Doesn't it make sense that if you decide that you want to have an extraordinary career or life, doesn't it make sense that you're going to have to do something extraordinary to make that happen? It's very easy to follow everybody else. It's very easy to follow that path. It's very emotionally safe. But what are you going to be willing to do that other people would not be willing to do in order to have the things that maybe other people don't have? There's a lot of business owners in here. If you're a business owner, if the person across the table looked at you and said, who's your competition? Could you look at them in the eye and say, you know what? We don't have any. And here's the reasons why. What are you going to do to separate yourself from your competition so you have no competition? That's going to require you to be extraordinary in your thinking. And that's all I'm asking for all of you to think about. What can you start doing differently so that you end up with different results maybe than everybody else? The second thing I'd like to talk to you about is whatever career you happen to choose, whatever organization you decide to work for, I will guarantee you that much of your success in your career is going to be dependent on your ability to build relationships. It sounds easy, but it's not necessarily. And I'm talking about relationships with the person that you report to. I'm talking about relationships with your peers. I'm talking about relationships with your employees, a relationship maybe with your customers, relationship with your vendors. I'm talking about a very holistic approach to having great relationships as you progress. I'll guarantee you, your career path is going to be very dependent on all these relationships that you create. For those of you who are introverted like myself, it's not going to be an issue. You get energy off of people. You love engaging people. But 1/3 of you in this room are introverted. It's not going to be as easy for you. Innately, primally, it's not who you are. So that may be, again, one thing that you're going to have to think about is what can you do differently? What can you do to stand out from, again, others? Is you're going to have to engage people and you're going to have to work very hard at that. That's not going to come naturally to you. But I'd like all of you to think about what can I do differently? What relationships do I currently have today that are broken, and what do I need to do to fix those? But it is one of the unique differentiating factors in many organizations. I speak to HR executives and professionals all over the world, and communication is one of the bigger downfalls of almost every organization. When an organization is being crushed or dying, I will guarantee you it's a lack of communication or the failure to communicate effectively. So I have taken up way too much of your time. I'm sure someone's got a clock on me right now. But I just want to thank you again so much for this award and for inviting me here tonight. Thank you so very much.
Our final speaker, Ariane Arai, is a recent scholarship recipient, graduated from Green River this year, received a summer completion scholarship to finish out his last quarter at Green River, and is now attending the University of Washington. Myself, Dr. Johnson, and some colleagues had the opportunity to see Ariane speak at the Washington Opportunity Scholars Lunch. There's about 1,000 people there. It was a big group. Knocked it out of the park. So I am excited to hear him speak again tonight. Please welcome Ariane Arai.
Yeah, Dr. Johnson, I'm going to use this, so it's fine. Hi, it's really nice seeing everyone here. Thanks so much once again for having me. Despite the dark outside, it's really nice seeing that everyone is shining here. I'm Ariane Arai, a person of color and a first-generation student. Yesterday, November 8th, was National First Generation Student Day. And I just wanted to take the time to applaud all our first generation students who are here and celebrating the people that are. So take the time, 5 minutes, just applause. I graduated from Green River College this past June, #GatorGrad, and transferred to the University of Washington, Seattle, majoring in biology. I came to this country without having any English knowledge. And by the time I began my higher education at GRC, I was more productive through conversational learning, one-on-one interaction with the instructors, and smaller class sizes, where I got the opportunity to truly connect with my classmates. At that time, these are what I needed to maximize my learning experience. GRC, without a doubt, is one of the most diverse institutions you will ever been to. We all share different backgrounds, and from my perspective, what more important is the value we gain. And it all begins with the want to give back. Throughout my time here, I served as a student government senator, the Math Club president, and the Rotary Club vice president. I know, very fancy titles. But remember, I talked about value. This is a place where I call home. I created a family that I can rely on at all times, and I just can't be thankful enough for this. When it comes to the Foundation Scholarship, I had the pleasure of receiving the last hurdle completion scholarship, which allowed me to successfully complete, as the name said, last sequence of my anatomy class, so I don't have to repeat the entire curriculum at UW. The scholarship was very rewarding from a mental perspective, and to have a smoother transition without worrying about taking out loans and and more years to graduate. With that being said, I would like to share some words with our scholarship recipients that will soon transfer to a university. Be ready for change, and this could mean different things for all of us. The very first change for me was to find a community. I thought, I have good social skills, but it is so easy to feel lost at a place with 60,000 people. My biggest piece of advice here would be to not change who you are just to fit into an environment. The right people will find each other sooner than later, so keep searching for it with patience. There will be times that you won't understand what's going on around you, and eventually you will question yourself, do I belong here? This is a dangerous question, depending on where you're looking from. Remember why all of us here decided to pursue a higher education in the first place. All this hard work and patience, I know this is not only for ourselves, but also for our family, the people we represent, and the community we live in. I cannot say it will be easy, but I can say it will be worthwhile. Additionally, I'd like to recognize our donors and express my deepest appreciation. Know that you're making positive impacts on students' lives. And I'll give you quick examples of how. Being a college student is a huge stress in itself. While students are in the classroom, it is impossible not to think about the job they applied for and whether they will get it to pay their rising expenses. If they decide to participate in a fun event after class, every single minute, there will be the guilt of not working to make some extra money instead. The reality is, when we are a child, we're thinking about growing up fast. When we grow up fast, we think about getting a job. When we get a job, we think about making money, lots of money, while taking more and more from our health. Guess what happens next? All that money goes back to our health. I want you to imagine the larger impact you have on students. They will continue to remember that they are human on top of being students. They will normalize the importance of taking care of themselves without questioning their decisions over and over again. Thank you.
Thanks, Aryan. I wrote down 4 things that I heard tonight. First is passion. I didn't hear superheroes, but we heard from 3 superheroes, and there's a whole room of superheroes with us. I heard vote of confidence, and I heard persistence. Brad, thank you for reminding me about the necessity for having passion. It is easy to be passionate when you're surrounded by recipients who are simply not going to let anything get in their way. It's amazing. It's easy to be passionate when you have board members and donors and community members who are absolutely wedded to the idea that our students can be a success, will be a success. It's just easy. That idea of a vote of confidence, so this is my 16th scholarship night, and before I came to Green River, certainly understood what scholarships and as an investment in a student's life, but I had never heard this idea that it was a vote of confidence, that the student recipient really can't believe that someone would care so much that they would put their own money into their lives to help them get to the next place. Absolutely amazing. Like to, again, just call out all of our recipients. Stand up, because I want to see all the superheroes in the room. All of you are absolute superheroes. Your mothers, your fathers, your students, you're working in a career. You're doing amazing things every day. No idea where you get the energy to do it. It's amazing. So stand up. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thanks. So I have a very short list for you to keep in mind. Your potential is limitless. Do not sell yourself short, and by all means, do not allow someone else to limit you. Second, you're not alone. This whole room is dedicated to your success. We don't know how we can help unless you tell us. Reach out to a faculty member, to a student affairs team member, one of my staff. If you need help, ask, and it will be there for you. Finally, your community needs you to prepare to lead in your profession, in your community, at home. When your turn comes, say yes. Step up, be that leader, and that can happen right now, tomorrow. You're going to get an opportunity to lead. I would guarantee you, sometime between now and a week from today, someone will ask you to step up and be a leader. Say yes. Scholarship recipients, we believe in you. We're here tonight because we care about you and your success. I am utterly confident that you will amaze us with what you will go out and do in our world. Thank you, recipients, donors, colleagues, supporters. This ends our program. Good night.